What's the word, YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video with Soulful Vibes with K-Man. But today, y'all should already know, when I'm here, we're not Soulful Vibes with K-Man no more. We're Chefing with K-Man. Imagine that this is a cooking hat, right? I'm gonna find one, but just this gonna be the substitute for now. Now we Chefing with K-Man. And in today's video, what I'm gonna be chefing up is tofu, sweet potato, and black bean tacos. Now I know that sounds mad crazy. That's a lot of different things. But hear me out. I seen it on Pinterest. I'm like, low key, that sound mad fire. Like it looked mad good too, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. And then in the midst, why not record it? So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So boom, here's everything that we're using in today's video. Of course, got the tortillas. The tortillas that I'm using is from La Providencia. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Any Spanish people watching me, please don't get on my case for it, right? And the reason why I choose them is because I like their flavor, and I also like the amount of ingredients that they have. It's only 4 ingredients. 9 times out of 10, the food that we eat, it doesn't require the amount of ingredients that's listed, right? And let's be for real. If you cannot pronounce the name of some of the ingredients, you most likely should not be eating it. So for the sake of your health, for the sake of your well-being, go natural, right? And then we got our tofu. I got extra firm tofu from Simple Truth. Now I'm gonna say right now, I never cooked tofu before, ever. But I feel like it should be pretty simple. I mean, pan fry. I watch a lot of cooking videos, period, right? So I'm just gonna copy what they do. And the reason I'm adding tofu is because anything that you cook tofu in, it kind of absorbs the flavor of whatever you're cooking tofu with, it's gonna absorb the flavor of that. Tofu itself doesn't really have a flavor. Another reason why I'm adding it is because it's more protein. As you can see, most of the things that I have on this taco, it's protein based. Black beans. Yeah, you get me. So we'll see how that goes. Then we got black beans. Canned black beans, I mean pretty simple. From Simple Truth. We got 1 sweet potato. And the reason why we only got 1 is because I'm cooking for myself only today. Of course, if you have more people that's eating, then add more ingredients of everything here. Except for this. This has a 12 count. And you're really only going to need 1 of these. And then we got our avocados. Now, I love avocados, right? Any Mexican dish, I gotta have avocado. And even if it's not a Mexican dish, I still like avocado. I just like avocado. I'm not gonna lie. I like the buttery taste and I like the texture. I'm a texture person. Then we got 1 tomato. I like tomatoes on my tacos, so that's why I got that. Of course, you don't have to add it. And then we got lime. Now, if you don't eat lime on your tacos, I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna say you're weird, but you're unique. I feel like lime is something that's necessary for a taco. Everything that I have here is from Metro Market. So, Metro Market, if you want to sponsor me, I would appreciate that. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right to cooking. So, before you touch any food, wash your hands, okay? Make sure you wash them good because you don't want the bacteria that's on your hands. Even though they may look clean, your hand holds a lot of bacteria, okay? You don't want that to get into your food because you're consuming it, and your gut health will overall affect the rest of your health. So, make sure you wash them good, get your nails, and boom. And then we can start cooking. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to wash off our sweet potato because we don't want all that extra starch, all that dirt and crap. So we don't want to eat that, okay? We just wash our hands while we ingest some bacteria from the next thing. Okay, so pause. Y'all see the one? All right. If you ain't see that, you ain't see that. But pause is all I gotta say, okay? Just make sure you wash your sweet potato good. Get all areas. Okay. And once your sweet potato is clean, once it got a smooth feel to it, or semi-smooth feel to it, then we can go to the cutting board and we can start cutting our potato. Okay, so now that we have washed our sweet potato, as you can see, it's looking a little better. You're gonna cut off both ends. Now, eating the sweet potato skin is optional. I'm gonna do it because the sweet potato skin has more nutrients, it has more vitamins, and I just want that for myself, and it is a preference, right? But I will say that for some people, if you have a difficult time digesting things, then you really should most likely cut off the sweet potato skin, because sweet potato skin can be hard to digest. So we're just going to be cutting the sweet potato into cubes, right? I do need to sharpen my knife, as you can see. I'm kind of struggling to. I'm cutting this very unsafe, but I gotta apply pressure to it. So we just gonna have to thug it through, right? And with the power of editing magic, you guys are gonna see when it's in cubes. So, all right. So that was a very aggressive transition. But the next thing we're going to be doing to the sweet potatoes is we're going to be adding them into a pan. Okay. And the reason we're baking them first, one, so it can be cooked thoroughly. You do not want a raw potato in your taco, okay? So we're going to be baking them first, and we will not be adding cubed sweet potatoes into our tacos. What we're doing right now is we're baking them so it can become soft and it can cook thoroughly. But once it's done baking, we're gonna add it to a pan with the black beans and the tofu, and we're gonna mush it up a little bit. We're not gonna mush it up all the way, but we're gonna mush it up to the point where it's actually enjoyable to eat. Well, it's gonna be enjoyable either way. It's mainly a preference thing. I just don't want to eat a cube, right? So once you got it into the pan, you want to grab your olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, then you can use butter, any oil really, but I recommend you choose olive oil because olive oil has a lot of benefits. I'm not saying that other oils don't, but avocado oil, olive oil, those are the best oils for your body. Any other oil is inflammatory and is most likely not what it says it is, okay? So grab your olive oil. I thought that this was open already, so we're just gonna open this. We're not gonna add a lot. We're just gonna add enough so where it's all of the sweet potatoes can be covered. Right? You give it a shake. I might have to grab a tool in order to. Actually, nope, this ain't okay. Okay. So once you got the sweet potatoes covered in oil, make sure all of them are covered. I'm gonna do that off camera. Once you got that, we're gonna take it to the oven, and I'm gonna see y'all there. So this is what the sweet potatoes look like after I'm done oiling them. And basically, you just want to make sure that it's all around to where there's no more starch is visible on the sweet potatoes. So once you do that, we're gonna put it in the oven, and we're gonna be baking the sweet potatoes at 375 for 30 minutes. So, boom, and 30 minutes. And while we're waiting for that, we're gonna get to the baked beans. Okay, so what we're gonna do for our baked beans is one, we're gonna preheat our pan to, we're gonna put the heat on low and we're gonna preheat our pan, right? We're gonna add some olive oil at the bottom. Not a whole lot, but just enough to cover the bottom. Off camera, I was watching Future Kano. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I would highly recommend, not highly recommend, but he's a cooking YouTuber, just something to waste time. Hold on, I gotta get a can open. All right. Okay, I don't want the juices to be everywhere. Um, drain your black bean juice, like not all of it, but a decent amount because you don't. Yeah, yeah. So drain your black bean juice, not a whole lot, but to where it still got some type of juice left, but also to where it's not going to be a whole bunch of juice left, right? And just once you add your black beans, turn your heat up to medium, and you're gonna let that cook for a little bit. We're gonna mix it up too, and then we're also gonna season it. Honestly, I feel like I added too much oil, so add less oil, and then also don't add any black. Well, yeah, don't add any black bean juice. So once you add your black beans to the pan, you just want to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. While we're waiting for that to simmer, we're going to work on our tofu. Now, when you're opening the tofu, don't even mind trying to peel this back. Like I literally almost broke my tooth trying to deal with that, right? But so just use a knife, okay? Once you do that, we're gonna wrap our tofu up in paper towel, and the reason we're doing that is because, like I said earlier, tofu absorbs, okay? And tofu also comes in water. We don't want the tofu to let out water because then it's gonna dim our flavors, that the other flavors that we got going on, okay? So once your black beans has been simmering for about 5 minutes on low, make sure you turn it on low, right? We can add our tofu, and it's not fully dry, but it's dry enough, okay? So once we add our tofu, we're gonna chop it up. Make sure you chop it up finely, okay? Okay, and then also our sweet potatoes are done, so we're gonna be adding those once we mix this around a little bit. It's low key. It's not looking very appetizing right now, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. The smell is there now. It smells good. Okay. So once we do that, we're gonna grab our sweet potatoes, take them out the oven. This is what they're looking like right now. Nice, crisp, soft. Okay. We're gonna dump that into the pan. Okay. So now that we did that, we're gonna mush that up, chop it up, and mix it all together. And yeah, I'm gonna show y'all when I'm done doing that. So this is what our mix looks like when it's done. Obviously, it's looking very interesting, but that's because we got a bunch of different interesting things up in there, right? And basically, the next thing that we want to do is preheat our small pan so we could toast our tortillas. So we got nice crisp tortillas, right? So put the heat in between medium and low, and add some olive oil. Let that heat up a little bit. We're gonna grab our tortillas, and once the oil starts bubbling, we're gonna start adding it. And yeah, I'll see y'all then. So two things went wrong when I was recording this. One, the shot of me cooking tortillas disappeared, and then also the first couple of seconds of this next clip disappeared. I don't know why. Condiments, but our extra stuff that we're gonna add on to our taco. So I'm gonna start off with an avocado, and you know, it's pretty simple to cut an avocado. Just cut it in half, twist, use your knife, get the seed. Once you got the seed, put that to the, okay, forget it. All right, I'm not gonna fight that. Grab your spoon, insert the spoon inside the skin, and just carve out the flesh with your spoon. Just scoop it out. These are some really good avocados. Perfect. And the colors. So we're gonna do that for our other avocado, and with the power editing, you're gonna see. I just want to take time to appreciate how that avocado look. Like, look at that flesh. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And boom. So now that we're done cutting up our avocados, we're going to cut our tomatoes. Fun fact, if you roll any fruit or vegetable that has a sphere shape, then you let out more juices. So, roll it. Some more juices will come out. And once it's soft to the touch, and then cut it. Loki, I have no clue why I just cut my lime like that. I don't know. I think I'm overstimulated right now. Okay. So now that all of our extras are done being cut, then we're gonna start cooking our tortillas. So I'm see it. So this is what our tortilla look like after we got done cooking them. I feel like I say tortilla weird, right? So I'm not going for the ugly one first. This is how I'm gonna assemble my taco. So we're gonna use the avocado as like a sour cream base for it. All right. So we're just gonna spread that around. Okay. Once we do that, we're gonna grab some of our filling, which is the sweet potato, the tofu, and the black beans. And we're going to just put that down the middle. I'm gonna grab some tomatoes, put that in the middle. Grab our lime that we cut very weird for whatever reason. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit, and we finna taste it. First, say your grace. God is good, God is great. Thank you for the food today. I said this nourishes my mind, body, and soul, and I said the hungry is fed. Amen. And we finna see what this like. Hmm. So, Loki, I like it. Like, of course, it's not gonna have as much flavor as meat, right? One, because we didn't season it that much, but it's very light. Like, it's just so light. Like, all the textures is just so smooth. Is it not like it's good? I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want more flavor, you could season it more and add other things to it. But for me, it's just right. is what I was aiming for. Something light, you know. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Not that high, mainly because I don't know. Since everything is so smooth, I'm not really getting a lot of different textures. Maybe if I was to pan fry the tofu in another pan instead of cooking it with the black beans, then it would have been better. Or maybe if I would have left the sweet potatoes crisp, then I would have got different textures. But overall, besides that, it's good. I like the flavor. It's smooth. I love sweet potato, so I like the sweet potato taste for real. And with that being said, I recommend y'all try this like highly. Um, I ask that you like and subscribe. You know, turn on post notifications. We upload a variety of content on this channel: motivational videos, vlogs, nature videos, cooking videos, obviously. And yeah, that being said, I ask that y'all hit that like button. I love y'all and peace.